The project is called Seven Portraits of Mohammed, and it's about how we identify people and who we identify. So the project is portraits of people who I've met, either in the street or I know, family or friends, and these people, what they have in common is that they are all called Mohammed. Mohammed being the most common name in the world right now, and also it's a name that allows us, or we would think it gives us the sense that we know that the person is Muslim. The reality is always more complex, because identity is a very complex subject. It's very easy to offend people, and being offensive it's easy, and I think art deals with things that are always more difficult. It deals with nuances and complexities, so I think there are limits, but those limits are what people, artists or creators put on themselves. Any type of visual project can be a form to communicate, to transmit ideas, awareness. Another thing is whether it's possible to actually to transmit, in the same way that a text can, the same level of information and clarity. That depends, but that's why often the visual work is accompanied always by text. It gives it coherence and situates it. What influences me is what affects me in visual culture. Mainly, my main influence would be photojournalism and photography. Also music, in music, experimental electronic music like Autechra, Aphex Twin. But the main influence would always be social relations, what happens in society, and those points of tension, those points of social conflict where there is the possibility of violence. In the UK, it's the work of art that is the protagonist, not always the accompanying documentation, investigation, research, and so on. Maybe in Spain, artists aren't given the same opportunities to present work. Among the many sort of reasons, or among the benefits of making work, is a possible financial reward, and the success that brings. When you work in the street, when you work outside, it's the opposite. You make artwork that carries a possible punishment, a financial penalty. That can be very liberating. That can be a very good thing. And I think the two practices, working in a studio, making work for galleries, also working outside, go very well. What we do in a collective wash feet with the people I work is we try to make something that is more maybe aggressive. You know the work is effective when you're doing it, when you have a certain tension when you're working. With that work, you want to communicate something. Intransit is a great opportunity to share work with a public, well, not with a public, with your peers, with other artists and other creators who are working with the same problems. They're also investigating, they're also thinking through the same things that you are. So it's a very important space, I think.